It's everywhere now. The way adult content saturates the internet, the way it's woven into the fabric of daily life, the casualness with which it's consumed and shared. It's become so normalized that most people barely notice anymore. It's no longer hidden behind locked doors or whispered about in shame. Instead, it's just another tab to open, another click to make, another distraction to swallow whole in the restless scrolling of a bored mind. We tell ourselves it's harmless, a harmless indulgence, a private escape from the mundanity or pain of real life. But what we don't talk about is how that escape changes us, how it rewires desire into something transactional, numbing, and often lonely, how it warps our expectations of connection and intimacy until the real thing feels distant and inadequate. When I think about how normalized this world has become, I see two sides of the same coin: the watchers and the watched, the consumers and the consumed, the people who sit behind screens, searching for that fleeting spark of something real, only to find the cold flicker of pixels arranged to mimic pleasure, and the people on the other side, performing for an audience that may never see them as people, only as bodies, objects, products. The watchers are caught in a loop of craving and dissatisfaction. The dopamine hits are quick and sharp, but leave a hollow ache in their wake. They learn to chase illusions instead of connection. They become experts at detachment, masters of distraction. Real intimacy fades into a vague memory, replaced by the instant gratification of a new video, a new image, a new fantasy crafted by algorithms and market demands. And then there are those who create this content, who perform their bodies and emotions on command, caught in a system that demands more, faster, harder. For some, it is a choice, a livelihood, a form of power or liberation. But even then, the boundary between self and role blurs when your worth becomes tied to clicks and subscriptions, when your audience expects a persona as much as a product. Authenticity gets lost in the noise. The camera captures a curated version of pleasure, but behind the lens is a human being navigating the same feelings of loneliness, exhaustion, and longing as anyone else. The performance is both a shield and a cage. It's hard to separate the performance from the person when your body is your brand, and your brand must never falter. This normalization of adult content shapes society's view of intimacy and desire in ways we rarely discuss. It creates a culture where vulnerability is masked by performance, where love and lust are compressed into a consumable package. It teaches people to value appearance and spectacle over connection. It blurs the line between fantasy and reality until the two are indistinguishable. We live in a world where intimacy is often mediated by screens, where physical touch is replaced by pixels, and emotional closeness is traded for a quick hit of dopamine. The risk is that we become desensitized not only to the content, but to each other. We stop seeing people as whole beings with complex emotions and histories, and start seeing them as stimuli or distractions. The fallout is subtle but profound. For the watchers, it can lead to isolation, dissatisfaction, and a distorted sense of self-worth. Relationships struggle under the weight of unrealistic expectations and comparisons to curated fantasies. For creators, it can mean burnout, objectification, and the constant pressure to perform beyond personal limits. And for society at large, it fosters an environment where genuine connection is rare, where superficial interactions are the norm, and where the human need for intimacy is commodified and fragmented. I don't pretend to have answers. The digital world we live in is complex, and the forces that shape it are massive and intertwined. But recognizing this normalization, acknowledging the ways it changes us, is the first step toward reclaiming something real. It means asking hard questions about what intimacy means in a hyper-connected yet emotionally disconnected age. It means finding space for vulnerability that isn't packaged for consumption. It means remembering that behind every screen, on both sides, there is a person, flawed, longing. Maybe the most painful truth is that in this world of endless access, we are often more alone than ever. We reach for connection in all the wrong places, and in the process, we lose sight of what it means to truly touch another soul. And that loss echoes quietly beneath the noise of the internet, beneath the glow of screens, beneath the countless videos and images designed to fill the void. The void doesn't get smaller, it just gets quieter for a moment before the cycle begins again.